I can maximize the timeline panel by simply hovering my mouse cursor on top of it and pressing the tilde key. I can also zoom in and out of my view of the timeline by using the following keys: the plus key on the keyboard and the minus. The numeric keypad ones do not work. I can also use the slash key that is right above the enter key on your keyboard to do a zoom to fit. Let's talk about the tracks. By default, I have here 3 video tracks and 3 audio tracks plus a master. I can expand this view by double-clicking here. You can see that it's showing me 1 frame of video. I can make this taller by using my mouse scroll wheel when the mouse is positioned on the header. So it won't work here. If I use my mouse scroll wheel here, my view is moving left to right. If I had several clips, one on top of each other, and let's go ahead and do that. I will select these, and I will put this one here. I can expand or collapse all of them by using my mouse scroll wheel while I press the Shift key. So Shift key, and now all of them expand and collapse at the same time. I can also move my clips by simply selecting them, pressing the Alt key, Option on the Mac, and using the arrows. I can also select several of them. Now I'm going to delete the audio because I don't need it for this demo. I can separate the audio from the video by pressing and holding the Alt key and then selecting just the audio. Now I can press the Delete key and it is gone. I can now select all 3 of my video clips. I can press the Alt key and use the arrows, and then all of my clips go up and down depending on which key I press. Notice that as I went up with my clips, I didn't have enough tracks to make this happen. So Premiere created the tracks for me automatically. I'm going to lower these. I can delete the empty tracks by right-clicking on this side, choosing Delete Tracks, and now tell it to delete all empty video and audio tracks. Once I click OK, I am left with 1 track of audio plus the master and only the 3 tracks of video in which I have content. I will expand these now, so Shift, use my mouse scroll wheel, and now I would like to change some of the views of that track. I will deselect first. I can click on this wrench icon on the top here of the timeline. This is the timeline display settings. And I can say show video thumbnails or not, show video keyframes, show video names. For example, if I deselect show video thumbnails, then obviously I am not showing any. I can show them back again. I can show the video names or not. I can show the audio waveforms or not, audio and video keyframes or not. I will show the video names again. I can show markers, duplicate frame markers through edits. When we make a cut, this video is the continuation of this one. It's cut, but the viewer wouldn't see any difference. This is a through edit. I haven't cut any frames out of the video. So if I show the through edits, it's going to tell me that in a visual way. It does that by this little icon. If I were to edit this by cutting some of the frames, then the through edit no longer shows. I will undo that, and there you go. Undo is Control Z. You can also go Edit, Undo. Redo is Shift, Control Z. Going back to my timeline display settings, I can minimize or expand all tracks. I can also save these as a preset, and I can manage the presets. In addition to all of that, I can customize the video and the audio header. More on that later, but let's talk about customizing the video header. The keyframe navigation. So I can select this and drag it out, and drag it out, and now it's not part of any of my video headers. I'll click OK. That takes less real estate, and if I don't keyframe in the timeline, then it's a good thing that I'm able to do this. I will add him again, so I'm gonna customize the video header, and I can now drag those to where I want them in the video header. Once I'm happy with how it looks, I can click OK. The audio header is very similar. I can choose Customize Audio Header, and I can add, for example, a track meter right there. I can also add a Panar. I will put it in here. And once I'm happy, I can click OK. And this is what happens. If I add audio and I play it, interesting how the waltz goes with the construction video. But what I wanted to show you is that I have now something that is showing me the audio levels of only that track. And that's kind of important. There are other icons in here as well. I will maximize again. This will add a marker. It's much easier, however, to use M, which is the keyboard shortcut to add a marker to the sequence. However, if you're not into keyboard shortcuts, you can just click here. Link selection, snap, and insert and overwrite sequences as nests or individual clips are going to be discussed in later videos, but let's talk about snapping just a little bit. I can snap either to other clips or to the playhead or to markers by simply turning that on, and its shortcut is the letter S, and then moving the clip. The clip is pulled almost magnetically to either where the playhead is or to where the end of other clips are. Notice at the end of the clip there is a black line indicating that I have snapped to that edge. I can keep on going and snap to the other one, and I can snap the beginning to either the end of this one or the end of this one, and it would be frame accurate. So you can see that makes your edition very, very easy. Like other panels, the timeline panel has a panel menu on the top right-hand side. If you click there, you can change things. For example, you can change the start time. The start time by default is 0, but what if you needed to start at 1 hour? Type 01000000, click OK or press Enter, and now your beginning time is 1 hour. You can also reveal the sequence in the project panel. I will minimize for that. Very useful if you have many sequences. You can choose to have continuous video thumbnails. If I maximize this, I can zoom in and out, and it's almost like viewing every single frame of video. Not quite, because the display is quite large, but almost. I can make these smaller or larger. Pretty cool. I will change this back by having just the video head. I can change the display of the time ruler. I can change the numbers to nothing. I can show the numbers again. I can show the audio of waveforms, rectified or not. See how these start at the bottom and these start in the middle? I can have the audio waveforms use the label color or not. I haven't changed the label color, so they are not going to change. I can show audio time units. You can see that now it's showing me the time units, and I can zoom in quite a bit more. I will change that. I can show the work area bar. I will zoom out so you can see it. I can change the work area bar to just render a little bit or render more. I can also export only what is within the edges of the work area bar. I can close the frame altogether. And now the timeline, that sequence is gone. I can reopen it by simply double-clicking it in the project panel. Going back to the panel menu, you see that I can undock it, the panel or the frame, and I can close the panel or close the frame. Pretty cool. In the next section, we're going to talk about the program panel. See you then.